my area has a signature fish fry sandwich. But why is this so appealing? Today we are headed down to the most well-known place for this upstate New York fish fry. This is Ted's Fish Fry. So when I came to this area about 25 years ago now, I had come to find out that there is kind of a venerable fish fry style that they make here that's kind of unique to the area. As I mentioned earlier, Ted's Fish Fry is like kind of the local chain version of the fish fry that you get in the area. Now there's a whole bunch of history and we're gonna get into a little bit of it, but not dive too deep into that because honestly, you guys are here to know about the food. You could see here, I got a lot of bags. Let's just get right into this here, start unpacking these, and we'll talk about all the things I got today at Ted's Fish Fry. And what you'll notice is just about everything that I got today is deep fried with the exception of the coleslaw and the sauces that came with the stuff. But without any further ado, the first thing I'm gonna try today are their fried clams. So this is how the fried clams come. They come with a side. I got tartar sauce on the side with this so that I can show you guys both sauces. And also because I like having both sauces when I eat this type of fish and seafood fry. They always serve it with your standard run-of-the-mill hot dog bun. And this hot dog bun is very much in line with a Freihofer bun, something you would get at like a family cookout. Not at all fancy. The order of fried clams costs about $9. They also have meals where you can get fries and coleslaw on the side. We got enough fried stuff here anyway. Without any ado, fried clam from Ted's Fish Fry. We're gonna get a nice big dollop of, what do you call this stuff? Tartar sauce. A common theme for everything they serve that's fried at Ted's that has kind of this kind of crumble batter. I think they use either a cracker meal or something that's very neutral, but it has a really, really good texture once you fry it. And the clams, so when you get these clams, they're just small enough and kind of not substantial enough. It's basically like a clam flavored breadstick almost. Try one with a little bit less tartar sauce. Occasionally though, you'll find a nice big guy like this one here, and those are the real treats. Moving on, I'm not a humongous fan of coleslaw, but when I eat this style fish fry, I like to have a little coleslaw on the side. What you're seeing here is meals for a while. I can't eat this all in one sitting. This is a lot of very heavy food. Anyway, let's take a nice big bite of this coleslaw, bottoms up. Now what's awesome about this coleslaw is the cabbage is actually chopped very fine, not shredded with long strands. You actually get a good amount of broken up pieces of cabbage and carrots. I think I can see some celery in here, or at least celery seed. There's some parsley, and it's absolutely delicious. Very creamy, perfect cookout coleslaw. I'm almost certain they make everything in-house there. And this definitely, it shows as a homemade product for sure. I've never seen coleslaw in the wild that is like this, that tastes this good. Gotta go in for another bite. That is so good. Coleslaw is not something you're ever gonna hear me rave about, but this is definitely on the higher end of the coleslaw scale. Moving on. So I am an absolute sucker for onion rings. If I see them on the menu, I almost order them everywhere I go. This has the same type of breading that's on those fried clams, and that's also gonna be on the fish fry that you're gonna see in just a minute here. These onion rings obviously are made in-house. They kinda sogged up in the bag a little bit. Not really anything you can blame them for. It's not their fault I live 15 minutes away. When I went to college about 2 miles up the road from the Ted's Fish Fry I visited today. There are 7 locations in the capital region, and they're kind of spread all over between Albany. I think there might be one in Watervliet. There's definitely one in Troy. There's one in Guilderland, kind of closer to work. One on Wolf Road in Albany. I could put all the locations up on the screen here. But the kind of cool thing was my introduction to Ted's Fish Fry was a friend of mine who was Catholic, and during Lent, he always loved to order fish fry. During Lent, during lunchtime, you can't even get into Ted's. That's why I kind of had to get in there a little bit earlier, especially on Fridays. Onion rings, let's go in for it. This is gonna be a big bite. Making a mess. There's definitely some kind of zestiness in that batter, some kind of seasoning. Maybe it's like onion powder or garlic powder that heavily seasons these onion rings and makes them not boring. And the cool thing about it is they're still nice and crispy. Even though they got a little soggy on the ride home, I'm getting a good amount of crunch in these. These are like 10 out of 10 onion rings. Moving on to the main event, fish fry. If you're enjoying this video, be sure to hit it with a like and subscribe if you like food. So here it is. Now, what I gotta say is, as I unbagged this, I got a little bit deflated because it kind of broke apart. The glory of the fish fry is the fact that it's always a piece of fish that's on a bun that's way too small. If this would have the full length, you could even see this part of the tail of the fish is kind of curled over a little bit too. But if this were the full length, it would be like twice the size of this boat, which is twice the size of the bun. There's always that overhang. We have our fish here. I'm gonna put the fish aside, and what I wanna do is go in with the actual bun part of this sandwich. They give you kind of the option for 2 different sauces. I think by default it comes with chili sauce, which is not like Thai chili sauce. It's more like the chili sauce that you get in the supermarket, which I think is more akin to ketchup mixed with relish kind of thing. So I'm gonna go on with a little of the chili sauce here. You know, we're doing it up here, guys. Like I said, this is a local specialty, so we gotta do it right, and we're gonna go right in for a nice big honkin' bite of this fish fry. That's good. The fish itself is breaded in the same type of coating that both the clams and the onion rings kind of have coating them as well. What's unique about this is there's always a thinner side to the fish and a thicker side to the fish. And through that kind of progression of fish across this sandwich, you get kind of like a harmony of textures because the thicker side of the fish is pretty thick. And what I like to do with this part is eat it kind of like a giant fish stick. The chili sauce is good, but it's not my favorite. My favorite is the tartar sauce, and I'm glad I got a bigger container of this, even though I can't finish this whole thing. I mean, this is a lot of fried food. It ain't all gonna be finished today, let's put it that way. So good. Being that I don't order fish very often, I was always puzzled by how my friend would order this. He was a devout Catholic, so meat on Fridays was something that he would never do. Fish on Fridays was what he would do. First time I saw a fish fry sandwich like this, and by the way, since the fish on this is considered a sandwich, a hot dog on this is also considered a sandwich. Anyway, I never understood what was the appeal behind kind of this nondescript, run-of-the-mill bun with the fish on it, but it really comes down to the coating, the seasoning, and the sauce. Let's go in for another bite with the chili sauce. Another big honkin' bite. I just had an idea. What if we take a bite with chili sauce and also go with tartar? Alright, that's like a serious fat boy special. Jesus Christ, that's good. Somebody take that away from me now because I can easily finish that whole thing. I think the real appeal to fish fry is inherent in the fact that this is just something that is very easy. It's something that has been served here for years. Ted's, for example, according to their website, has been in business either 60 or 70 years. Let's go with 70 because it's the larger number and more impressive. But it's something that you'll see people from the capital region come out in droves for. And I got to Ted's a little bit after 11 o'clock. And as I was ordering, I could actually hear the staff in the back bracing themselves for the lunch rush that was just about to come. As the person ahead of me's food was being made and my food was being made, there was a line that developed all the way to the door. But being that it's a fry shop, they have lots of other things. They have French fries, you can get shrimp, chicken fingers. So it's not like you're locked into getting seafood. And for the longest time, I actually never partook in the seafood from Ted's and used to get chicken fingers, which are very good. The 4 things that we tried today are my 4 favorite menu items from Ted's Fish Fry in the capital region. Fried clams are what I go to for that nice little crunchy bit that has a kind of a seafood taste. Onion rings are just onion rings, is my favorite thing on the planet. Coleslaw is nice and creamy and kind of breaks it up, gives you a little bit of a vegetable, even though there's probably tons of mayonnaise in that as well. And then your fish fry is just a venerable sandwich, something that if you're ever in the capital region in New York, you definitely have to seek out. The other thing they have at Ted's, which I've never tried, are the mini hot dogs that we featured on the channel here before. In fact, on one of those videos, somebody who moved out of the area a very long time ago commented that they missed those hot dogs and that they used to work at a place called Gallagher's Fish Fry in Watervliet, New York. Now that's another one of those places that was very legendary for a long time and went out of business a long time ago, and I'm not really sure the story there. Believe it or not, this is actually not the first time that we featured fish fry on the channel here. Last year, I checked out a place called Off the Hook Fish Fry in Schenectady. How does it compare to Ted's? See for yourself, click right here.